The Wynne Yellow Jackets demolished their opponents with a punishing ground game that accounted for 93% of their total offensive production. Ask any coach and they'll tell you no matter how good the play, no matter how fancy the design, if you don't execute, it won't work. And that's how Wynne beat you, execution on offense and defense. This year, the Yellow Jackets flew their way to an 11-2-1 record and their third state championship. Wynne's defense held opponents to just 18 points a game, while their offense racked up 5,393 total yards, averaging exactly twice as many points as their opponents, scoring 36 a game. Congratulations to the Wynne Yellow Jackets, Class 4A state champs, and the K-8 Coaches Super Team of the Year. Coach Don Campbell has had a successful 26-year career coaching high school football, the past 11 of them as coach of the Wynne Yellow Jackets. Despite all his success, this year may be his best year yet, as he won his first state title. He wins with a simple offensive game plan and a swarming defense. Coach Campbell runs, and then runs some more, a plan that works so well the Yellow Jackets rushed for more than 5,000 yards. And that's the mark of a good coach and a good team, when everyone knows what you're going to do and they still can't beat you. But Coach Campbell also got it done on defense as Wynne stung their opponents, holding them to just 18 points a game on their way to an 11-2-1 record. But he saved his best coaching for the end of the season after Wynne lost the final game and conference championship to Osceola. Coach Campbell then turned things around and marched his team through the playoffs to the Class 4A state title. Joining us now, Wynne Yellow Jacket head football coach Don Campbell. Coach, first of all, congratulations on being selected by your peers as the coach of the year. It's got to be quite an honor.
Thank you. I'm grateful, and I'm grateful to the kids there at Wynne who made this thing possible.
More than 3 decades of coaching for you, the first state title this year. Was it worth the wait?
Believe me, it was well worth the wait. We enjoyed it. I think our whole community did, and we're still enjoying it.
The team that you have, and every team you seem to have, is based on running. 5,000 rushing yards, only 300 passing yards. Is it the system that makes this Wynne high school football good every year?
I think it's a combination of the system, and we've got some players who believe in the system. And so, you know, we've always been able to run the football there, and that's been sort of our tradition and stuff, and we just believe it's going to continue on.
Tradition, obviously, also making the playoffs. You've been conference champions the past 2 years. This year you weren't, but won the state title. Was this your best team ever?
Well, they're the state champions, and I don't know how you're going to get any better than that. They played at a different level. I think when we got to the playoffs this year, the kids stepped up and just played lights out. It was unbelievable how we played. And the thing about it, we beat some quality football teams.
The teams that you have every year, like I mentioned, are always in the playoffs, always have. You had undefeated seasons 3 of the last 5 years. Is it the water there? Why is the team so good all the time?
Good players, I think, and good water, too. We've got good water. We've got Wynne Yellow Jacket water. And so it's just a combination of things. We got great support from our community, from the school administration, and it's just a variety of things. And more than anything else, kids believe in what we're doing. I have parents come up to me now and see me and say, "Hey, Coach, said, my son wants to be a Yellow Jacket." And so the kids just and the community believe in what we're doing.
You've been coaching for 34 years now. How much longer do you plan on coaching? Another state championship, hopefully, in the future?
I wouldn't mind it. You know, as long as my health stays good and I still enjoy it, and I got a good bunch of kids to work with, I'm gonna keep on coaching.
Coach, congratulations again. 2nd year in a row. We should maybe rename it after you, the Coach Don Campbell Award. Hard to get better than a state championship. Obviously, a great year again for Coach Campbell. We have one more award to be handed out. That would be the High School Player of the Year. The winner of this award will come as no surprise.
He was receiving much praise before the season started, but from the first game through the final game, he backed up all of that praise. For the 2nd year in a row, a Wynne Yellow Jacket has been named the K-8 Coaches Player of the Year. Following the footsteps of Antonio Warren, Wynne running back DeAngelo Williams is the runaway winner for the K-8 Coaches High School Football Player of the Year. His numbers simply staggering. Williams carried the ball 212 times for a school record 2,004 yards. Do the math, and that's an unbelievable 10.4 yard per carry average. This all-conference, all-state performer found the end zone 34 times. Williams led the Yellow Jackets to an 11-2-1 record, but more importantly, to the school's 3rd ever high school football championship. In the Class 4A title game, Williams showed that he is a prime-time player, recording 4 touchdowns in the game, 2 by ground 1 through the air, and 1 off a punt return. Congratulations to Wynne High School's DeAngelo Williams, named the K-8 Coaches Player of the Year. And definitely a terrific season. We are now joined by DeAngelo Williams of Wynne High School. And DeAngelo, congratulations on a great year. Being named the K-8 Coaches Player of the Year.
Thank you.
Something to remember this fabulous season. And where do we begin? So many yards, a state championship. What do you remember most about this year?
Well, I remember, 2,204 yards and 38 touchdowns thanks to my offensive line. They played very hard this year and blocked tremendously when we needed to. And we came out with a state championship.
Not only did they block the way for a 2,000-yard rusher in yourself, but a 1,000-yard rusher in Michael Stiegel. And you did miss 2 games, still over 2,000 yards. Was there a set goal as far as touchdowns and yardage that you had in mind?
No, sir, but there was a goal setting the 2,000-yard mark. I talked to my offensive line early in the season, and I told them, hey, I want to, get 2,000 yards. And I said, hey, no problem. And they got me to 2,000 yards.
It looked like no problem. You averaged over 10 yards a carry on your way to help lead Wynne to the Class 4A state championship. Has that feeling sunk in yet that you guys are state champs?
Oh, yes, sir. It feels great. You can tell that we won the state championship by the community. They support us big time, and there's a lot of 4A state championship shirts around and a lot of signs that say, Go Jackets, state champs.
Were you kind of waiting for this year? You had to share the ball a little bit with Antonio Warren last year. He was the senior. As a matter of fact, Antonio was the player of the year last year. And this was your turn. This was your year, your turn to make a name for DeAngelo Williams.
Well, Antonio pushed me a lot. the last game of the season last year, we sat down and we talked a little bit. And I told him, I said, hey, I'm going to be better than you. And he said, that's what I want. I want you to be better than me. And he gave me some pointers on how to run the ball, and I took those and I put them in my game plan, and we're state champs.